Every person's resume is different, should be different. I always like to think that a resume, yes, there's a structure. You would look at a document and know it's a resume, but what you put into that, you can get very creative. It's going to be different for each person. Everybody has different strengths, their own unique skills, their own education and knowledge that they're bringing to their document. So using another template or somebody else's template, you might not be highlighting what your industry is asking for. So passive voice, I catch right away. You're not cutting to the chase of what you really should be focused on. So some examples of what that is if you see the verb worked in your resume or starting one of your statements or one of your bullet points, like worked with, worked on, be more descriptive. We know it's work. So what did you actually do? Did you supervise or lead or design? Another example of this is gained leadership experience by managing a team. So it sounds like you probably just managed a team. So take that for beginning part off, own your experience, and try to use really action-oriented voice and action verbs versus passive voice. So one mistake I see is mistaking characteristics for skills. So if you have these words on your resume, punctual, team player, self-motivated, these are all things that almost any employer is going to expect you to be or to do. So those aren't skills, those are characteristics, and there's a better way to say them if you feel that you really want to show you're extremely punctual. And turning that into a skill might be that you have really strong time management, or you start projects early before a deadline. So think of what that actually is, if that's a skill, not just a characteristic, and turn it into more of a skill. So there can be a lot of different conflicting ideas out there about resumes. There's a lot of information in general. You don't have to take every piece of advice that you hear as a hard and fast rule. So somebody might give you advice, and first of all, think of who's giving it to you and where they're getting it from. Also know that might have worked for them and at a certain time. But the industries are always changing, resumes are always evolving, so you can use different pieces of advice that work for you and continue to do your research to know what's required in your industry and how to make a document that really represents your skill set.